with Elevation every weekend. Welcome back to the channel. In this week's video, I'm going to review the American Classic Mauka, which is Hawaiian for towards the mountain bike tires. These tires have been out for a while, and when my older 2015 Trek Stash was due for a new set of tires, I decided to give these a try. Being more on the budget spectrum of the mountain bike tire price point at $45 each, I thought this would be a good fit for that bike, since these days I really use it for more of a townie or for more casual dirt rides with my kiddo. As for some specs, American Classic calls the Mauka a downcountry tire. I'm not a big fan of that term, but if you're not familiar with it, it falls somewhere between cross-country and trail riding. And these tires definitely do have more tread than pure cross-country race tires. But despite that marketing terminology, they do say these tires are designed for cross-country use and for trail use. They also offer up some marketing speak for their Rubber Force G proprietary compound for the tread, which they claim offers abrasion resistance, high tensile strength, and cut and tear resistance for the knobs. Here you can see the 60 TPI casing and the construction of these tires. These tires are offered in two different sizes, 2.4 inches and 2.25 inches. And the set I chose for the Stash were 2.4 inches, at least that was the stated width. But on the Bontrager wheels I have on the Stash, which are about 25 millimeters on the internal width, they actually measure up considerably smaller, much closer to what I would actually expect from a 2.25. That's actually something that's not too uncommon in the tire industry. They definitely measured smaller than the 2.4 inch Maxxis Recons that I have on my Ibis DV9, but those wheels are wider, which is probably a factor. The 2.4 inch Bontrager XR3 that I have on my Trek Pro Caliber actually measures about the same with the same width wheel. So while I would definitely prefer that the tires measure true, again, it's not uncommon for this to happen with other tires too. The 2.4 inch Maukas have a stated weight of 940 grams on the website, but my set came in at just under 900 grams on the scale, which maybe is related to them actually running small. But that's a reasonable weight for a 60 TPI tire. For comparison, the 2.4 inch Maxxis Recon I have on my DV9 has a stated weight of 814 grams, and that 2.4 inch Bontrager XR3 has a stated weight of 755 grams. But both of these tires are much higher quality 120 TPI tires, which does reduce weight. As for the actual trail and dirt performance of these tires, I was really impressed with the grip on fast corners and descents. At no point did I feel like the tires were sliding out or about to lose grip catastrophically, which is important considering the powdery dust over hard pack conditions I was riding, which can be really slippery even on what I would consider an optimum setup. I did multiple laps of these tires in my local bike park and they did not disappoint. And as you just saw, it is certainly possible to overcook tires on these runs. Accelerating, these tires do spin up well considering their 60 TPI weight and moderate tread, but they definitely do not roll as fast as lighter weight and faster rolling XC tires. As for braking, they definitely do the job and offer really good bite, especially when braking unexpectedly. As for the rolling resistance in dirt conditions, just as the reasonably mild tread pattern and the modest size indicates, these tires do roll fairly well, and that's on hard packed dirt. On some mixed use conditions like pavement or groomed multi-use trails, these ride smooth and are comfortable. Regarding my impressions on the durability and the quality of the tires at this price point, I bought these tires through Amazon for $45 each, and I've linked them down below in the description and the pinned comment. And I did take note of the Amazon reviews when I was ordering these. The reviews are mostly positive. However, some people did mark them down for various things. One of the most common things I saw was them being undersized, which is a fair criticism, but as I mentioned earlier, not uncommon for other tires too. I saw a few comments about these tires being difficult to mount up, and I actually found them about average in this aspect, and I was able to air them up without much fuss, tubeless as well. I did use an air compressor. I also saw more than one comment about them not running true and having a little bit of a bobble. The set I have happened to be very good in this respect. I'd say they're running about as true as any of the other name brand tires I have right now. As far as them being mounted up tubeless, I haven't seen any sort of seepage or leakage from the sidewalls. I have noticed a couple spots around the rim where there's a little bit of seepage, but that could also be a result of this bike sitting for longer periods of time between uses, as again it only gets ridden occasionally. And thus far they hold air really well, especially from day-to-day use, as some of my higher quality tires may even need a top off every couple days. As for tread wear, I don't yet have enough miles on these to fully evaluate that aspect, but in the 100 or so miles I do have on these tires, again, and that's mixed conditions including some pavement, I haven't noticed any significant tread wear or damage to the tread from any of the trail riding I've done. American Classic does have a 2-year replacement warranty for any manufacturer defects, so to me that should allay any fears if you do get a tire that's not up to your standards. So in conclusion, while I really have found these tires to be a pleasant surprise at this price point, and honestly I would say the performance is not that far off other higher quality name brands that I've used in the past or currently on my other bikes, I do think these tires are probably better suited for a more casual rider and not for those looking for maximum performance or pushing their bike to the absolute limit. And it's not because these tires are incapable of higher performance, but by their design and stated purpose, they inherently seem to be best for general mountain bike use. American Classic also offers several other MTB tires in their lineup that are more or less aggressive than these Mauka tires, which are kind of right in the center of the range, and why I also think they're a recommendable all-round tire. And I've actually ridden the Tectonite and the Vulcanite trail tires, which are definitely a notch more aggressive on the spectrum. So let me know if you'd like to see me review those tires as well. If you found this video helpful, drop a like down below. It does really help out the channel. If you have any questions, comments, or wanted to add your own experience with these American Classic tires, add that to the discussion in the comments down below. And if you want to continue to follow all of my MTB, fat, and adventure bike content, subscribe now. Much more coming, so stay tuned. Thanks a lot and have a great day.